Hey Internet, this is going to be a short one. As you saw in a previous episode of Mech Warrior, I got stuck in the campaign. And I figured out how to solve the problem. But in doing so, I have been playing this instant action stuff that's going on here. Because I realized part of the problem is I just didn't know how to play the game. I didn't know all of the controls, especially when working with other mechs. So I'm going to hit E here a couple of times. Make this nice and random. So I'm going to roll with that, since, like I said, we're going to try and make this as random as possible.
Because of the heavy weather, your visibility will be compromised on this mission, Commander. Stay frosty.
And I also recently discovered, for a long time I thought this 140 was a maximum loadout weight, and it is, as they say here, recommended. You can go over that. But for my demonstration here, I'm going to make things a little lighter, since this is a lower difficulty mission. You know, we're 13. I'm not entirely sure how the difficulty works. Sometimes I think it's increased number of hostiles. Sometimes I think it's increased weight of hostiles. I don't know. Anyway. 140 tons for 4 mechs. So let's roll with something lighter. Call it 30 tons for everybody. I'm looking for they're in alphabetical order here, so I'm dumb. I'm looking for the javelin, like the one I've got in the campaign. I'm curious as, do you always get this 4 laser javelin? Or is it randomly assigned? You know, who knows? Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Randomly assigned to what mech you get. At least in the pen and paper game, you've got a chart, you roll some dice, and whatever that number is, you get a mech of that weight. And, you know, the weights obviously, you know, work in 5-ton increments. Here's 25, 20, 35. There aren't any 32 and a quarter ton mechs. Anyway. Let's see, I have a javelin. Let's grab a spider. Give that guy a spider. And then I can put 35-ton mechs for the other 2. Panthers are good. But I want this one. Ravens. Look at that here. I feel like ravens can punch above their weight. Not just here, but in any game, any situation. So I'm going to roll with that. Speaking of ravens and weights and types of mechs, I think now that I've done a dozen or so of these drops and, you know, figured out how all the controls and stuff works, then I can actually play the game instead of fumbling around blindly.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
I love weapons.
All systems nominal.
We have the opportunity to pull off a big payday if we can maintain this position beyond what our contract stipulates, Commander. That shut up about it if your mechs return to the hangar looking like Swiss cheese. Good luck. Our employer has okayed the use of airstrike on this mission. Stand by for strike confirmation.
So I don't even know what we're doing. I guess we're defending this target. Like I said, I just hit random. You saw what I saw. And I didn't read the whole thing. It's just like, yeah, sure. Difficulty low enough I can take light mechs. Let's send it.
Alpha 1-1, Sierra 2-1 reporting in. We are standing by, ready to deliver the payload. Over.
Why is there a powered down mech chilling here? What's going on with this? That I have not seen before.
Allied command reports enemy movement is projected to hit your location.
Oh, it's an
at any
industrial
moment.
mech.
Time to earn our pay.
Anyway, as I was saying, or I was starting to say, one of my biggest complaints.
New target, Spider.
Negative.
So I can press F1, command the whole lance, and tell them to attack this specific target. While they do that, I'm gonna go this way.
Target acquired.
And deal with this guy. Let's destroy 12 targets without our base here getting smashed. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by all this stuff. Trees in my way.
Reconnaissance flights show
Fist for the
increased
win.
enemy presence in the vicinity. Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
I feel like melee is extremely effective.
Jump jet fuel low.
So, if I could actually get to the topic I mean to talk about. The mechs in this game. There's a few of them, but I can readily think of lots of mechs, both new designs and your classic tabletop games, that aren't included.
Target mech eliminated.
Alright, mechs down, VTOLs down, there's a tank.
Additional contacts just cross the perimeter, Commander. Expect company soon. Got another one.
Alright. Ooh,
New target,
Alright.
Wolfhound.
2 mechs, 3 VTOLs.
Target acquired.
So there's a whole lot of mechs within the Battletech universe. And there's not many of them in the game. I mean, there are plenty of mechs in the game, but it's like not even including the clans. I wouldn't say it was half the mechs. Maybe not even, maybe a quarter. There's a whole lot of designs. Like, I've got one book of data sheets.
Recon has spotted additional bogies, heading along a trajectory that intersects with your position.
And it's got just as many, if not more, just inner sphere mechs in it than the game has. And I think that
Acquired.
is my single biggest complaint.
Target destroyed.
Alright, now I saw... Yeah, this. I need to deal with whatever this is.
Target acquired.
Really?
Target
It's a tough little
destroyed.
tank.
Target acquired.
Oh. Yeah, no wonder he's lasted so long. Everybody, shoot that.
Engaging with Lance.
Target acquired.
Dude, a mech.
Great work, Commander. We have satisfied our contract and have a narrow window to evac if you're ready.
Alright. So there's a mission done. But all of us are in pretty good shape. And as she said, we get a big payday
Acquired.
the more stuff we take out. Drop zone's over there. If we had a couple mech signatures pop up over here. Everybody form up on me.
I got it.
Target destroyed.
Everybody shoot this mech. Oh. Alright, that time it hit me. We're gonna deal with these two. And then we'll bounce out of here. Ow. That was hitting the rear armor. Because this guy, I wasn't paying enough attention. His arm, that's where his primary weapon is. Alright, his arm destroyed.
Target acquired.
Your resistance is
VTOL
bringing
down.
more hostiles from the surrounding area.
New target Panther.
Come on, you can die. Alright guys, this is getting messy.
Tango down.
Alright, there's a VTOL on the radar above me, and they killed it. Let's bounce. Form up.
Commander.
Target acquired.
So, to recap, there's a lot of mechs just in the inner sphere that aren't in the game. I don't even mean sub-variants. I'm not even going to try and comprehend the sub-variants. There's hundreds, thousands. There's hundreds of mechs, there's thousands of sub-variants. Come on, charge lasers. Die. Thank
Enemy
you.
mech forces spotted operating in the area. Watch out for them.
Lance, go to location.
Copy. Moving as instructed.
Victory is ours, Commander.
I'm beat up the worst
Prepare
here.
for evac.
So, what I want from this game is the rest of the mechs. All of them. Make every single canon Battletech, right? You know, every single canon design in the entire Battletech franchise. I want them all to be pilotable. I want them all in the game. That's what it needs. We need a complete game. I had the same complaint that I've mentioned in the past on the other BattleTech game that I have, the turn-based one. Spider only got one kill. Well, he's short a leg. All right. Panther's got some armor damage. The Raven took some serious CT. We almost lost the Raven there. So, I know that's a big thing, and I suspect that that's why it hasn't happened, because there's a lot of mechs, and even with all the DLC included, the previous turn-based MechWarrior game called BattleTech, it's a fantastic game. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of have the same gut feeling. It is incomplete because it doesn't have all the mechs. That's what I want. That's what I need in a BattleTech game. I don't care if it's a turn-based game like BattleTech or an FPS like Mech Warrior 5 here, or Mech Warrior Online, which is, from my point of view, it's just the multiplayer. Mech Warrior 5 is the campaign, is the single player part of Mech Warrior Online, which is free to play, and Battletech is a fantastic universe. It's like Warhammer 40k light. So maybe you should go play Mech Warrior Online. It's free to play. And it has lots of mechs. It has some mechs that aren't here in Mech Warrior 5. It has some mechs that aren't in Battletech. And I wish there was one way, I wish there was some way to get all the mechs in the whole universe, all of the canon Battletech battle mechs, into one game. I don't know if that's even possible, just because of how many there are and how tall of an order that will be. But that's what I want. That is my heart's desire. I'll see you guys in the next one, which hopefully I'll go back to the campaign, pick up where I left off, and I've now, as I hopefully demonstrated, figured out how to pilot a battle mech. It's just, when I play a lot of Battlefield 4, I play a lot of Squad, and even though this is a first-person shooter, it is a very different jive. I'll see you in the next one.